travelers, and luxury destination adventurers. It's now time to enjoy the journey on Enjoy the Journey with David Hartman and guests. And now, here's David Hartman.
In the Keys.
Greetings from paradise. Welcome to the Enjoy the Journey luxury travel show, live from the beautiful Florida Keys. A special welcome to our RadioA1A Cruisin' Country listeners in our A1A Media Network affiliates, podcast partners, and live streaming viewers around the world. I'm your host, David Hartman, owner of Fantastic Endeavors Travel Agency. And I'm the travel agent that always asks two questions. What is your bucket wish trip? And where do you wish you were right now? I wish you all were here with me right here in the Florida Keys at Florida Bay Outfitters on mile marker 104, Overseas Highway in the middle of Key Largo, Florida, right adjacent to the world famous Caribbean Club. We're hanging out today with the new owner, Todd, who just took over. We're going to talk about kayaking and recreation in the Florida Keys and talk about what he's done with this business. It's absolutely fantastic. But first, as always, a word from our sponsors. But as always, please like our feed. Please share it and please comment. We have some trivia today. Hey, some giveaways from Todd from his business, so stay tuned for that. And as always, share this and tell people what we're doing today, and stay tuned for a wonderful hour-long show. We have trivia both the first half hour, then we have a break at half hour, then a trivia after that. So stay tuned for both of those. And also, we have the YouTube going on. Those of you listeners, we appreciate you on Cruisin' Country Radio, Radio A1A. I know it's audio. YouTube tomorrow or right now on Fantastic Endeavors Live. Check that out. Subscribe and like that feed. It really does help us out. With our sponsors, as always, Chip Bell, author of the Jake Sullivan series, chipbellauthor.com. Jim LaPointe, talk to Jim for the best mortgage rates in the Keys. Check out the music store on RadioA1A.com. That's a wonderful new feature. And Atlas Ocean Voyages, Lux Expeditions. We love them. Launching in July 2021. I have some news later in the show about a famous charter flight they're doing from Orlando. Excellent news for exclusive rates I have for that cruise. Health Genie, Dale Clemens, Health Genie System Checker, Michael Marinelli, the real estate conch, and Vic Figueroa, Key Smartphone Repair. Please stay tuned for a message from our sponsors. Atlas Ocean Voyages offers smaller ships designed for luxe expeditions that extend the reach of adventure travel by sea, with their first ship launching in July 2021. Venture to small villages and remote locations, from the desert city of Petra to the frozen tundra of Antarctica. To experience Atlas Ocean Voyages, call David Hartman, 305-453-9208, Dave at bucketwishtrip.com.
You know, they may be called smartphones, but they are handled by regular folks like you and me. And we break things. Well, no more freaking out about breaking your smartphone, because Key's Smartphone Repair is here. Just click or call keysmartphonerepair.com. That's keysmartphonerepair.com. keysmartphonerepair.com. It's fast, professional smartphone and tablet repair located in Tavernier, mile marker 90, keysmartphonerepair.com. Click it now and save.
The Health Genie System Checker answers 3 important questions when you are feeling ill. What is wrong with me? How ill am I? And where can I receive care? System Checker puts the information and answers at your fingertips with the most advanced triage and healthcare technologies available. Engage on a personal level in your own words to describe your symptoms with no smart trees or drop-down menus that force self-diagnosis. Health Genie System Checker provides an avenue to early healthcare engagement. Hello, David Hartman with Fantastic Endeavors. Fantastic Endeavors is a full-service travel agency based in Key Largo, Florida, specializing in custom individual and group travel. Our luxury travel advisors inspire people to answer 2 questions. What is your bucket list trip? And where do you wish you were right now? Fantastic Endeavors will personally tailor your journey to your needs. We build extraordinary, enriching experiences curated just for you. Call us today at 305-453-9208 or email at dave@bucketwishtrip.com. Enjoy the journey. Hey, we're back live from Florida Bay Outfitters in Key Largo, Florida. Mile marker 104 on the Bayside, adjacent to world famous Caribbean Club. Todd, you can't miss that with that kind of landmark. No. Or Big Chill, take your pick. If you're old school Key Largo or new school Key Largo. Thank you all for joining me. I know we have an international audience. Obviously, the Florida Keys is the first key, and we're right really in the start of the Keys at mile marker 104. And if you know anything about the Keys, obviously you know where Caribbean Club is. And literally, it's now pink. This little pink building is Todd's business. I am here with Todd. How you doing today, Todd? Welcome.
Doing good, thanks.
Appreciate you
having
the show.
Thank you for coming.
I just ran into Todd recently, and I knew the former owners of this business really well. And I asked Todd, I said, Todd, hey man, I have a travel show, and I have an opening coming up. Can I do your show from your place and promote your new ownership and what you're doing? And you said, no problem.
Yeah, absolutely. Welcome to everybody.
So as always with all of our guests, but before I get a little bit of housekeeping first, before I forget, before I talk about Todd himself and his business, I do want to promote 2 things coming up this week. I am doing a special live feed on Wednesday, not a show per se, but a live feed from Dr. Lou Studios, right in the middle of Key Largo, mile marker 103, 104-ish, in Tower Pizza Plaza. And RadioA1A that I'm a big part of, and we're on their station, they're having an event there, part of the Follow the Flock tour to Meeting of the Minds in Key West. Meeting of the Minds is not happening this year, the Jimmy Buffett Parrot Head Fans Club, but they're still having the live events. And I'll be broadcasting there probably about 4 o'clock in the afternoon on Wednesday. And then next week, you gotta stay tuned, Halloween from Fort Wilderness and Walt Disney World. Campsite decorations. It's going to be a complete blowout all weekend long. A special show next Sunday, so check that out. So we are here for the next hour with Todd Cook, the owner of Florida Bay Outfitters, to talk about how we got here and talk about recreation of Florida Keys and what you can do from here. It's not just about renting kayaks. It's about purchasing amazing retail. It's also about tours that they do. But Todd, first off, how'd you get to the Keys?
I was here 20 years ago when I was a flight instructor at a marathon. So
nice.
I made a lot of good friends, and then I went chasing the airline career around, and it's pretty hard to leave the Keys without a desire to come back. So 20 years later, here we are. My end game was to have a little kayak shack on the beach with maybe 20 kayaks. The airlines offered me early retirement because of the COVID issues, and called some friends here that I had, kept in touch with all these years, and said, hey, do you know any kayak businesses for sale? And they told me about this place, and about 3 weeks later, here we were. So.
And by the way, those of you locals, Todd was featured in the Weekly this past week.
We were.
The Thursday edition, so Thursday would have been the 21st, I think. It's still on newsstands. I just read it. Great article. They did a great job showcasing you. Yeah. Great picture. And I wish they had the picture of you and Frank passing the paddle. I have that picture in my feed, by the way. Yeah. So during the feed, I'm going to show some pictures and video that we pre-recorded and pre-did, and some I took off Todd's Facebook. We're still going to hear us, and we may be picture in picture, and it's cool production that we do. But it's just, don't worry, we're still here when we do that. But this is a wonderful shop. So part of your quote was like you expected a little shack on the beach. Mm-hmm. So how did you end up owning this really a beautiful operation?
Well, it's either all the goals I ever had, they ended up being much bigger than what I originally started out with. But the opportunity was here, good people, the local community support and everything. And so when we first came down here, the facility, it was a very large building. You know, they were telling me back it was a fruit stand years ago.
Really?
Like the floor that we're sitting on at one time in the 40s was a tennis court, they said. So there was just a lot of potential, a lot of room to bring in other products besides just the kayak. So we wanted to keep the original feel that Frank and Monica had started with Florida Bay Outfitters. We want to keep the Keys feel, but also just bring in some extra stuff. So, you know, on a rainy day, you can shop around for t-shirts and souvenirs, and then if it's nice and sunny, you get out on the water. So
very nice, very nice. So we are here at Florida Bay Outfitters in mile marker 104. The official address is 10450.
Yep,
10450
104050.
104050. Oh, 104050 Overseas Highway. And two of the most recognizable landmarks in the Keys, Caribbean Club. If you pull into their parking lot, you're basically at Florida Bay Outfitters. Yep. If you're pulling the Big Chill, just park and walk over. Just don't tell the owner.
Between the two. Yeah, big pink building, easy to
So two of our bigger hot spots, depending if you're old school Keys or new school Keys, you can hang out here. What I like, I learn more every day. I know Monica a long time. Frank, I didn't know, but Monica and Bonnie, our producer, served on a board together, the Key Largo Community Preservation Foundation. We're known for putting up the tree in the Key Largo and different fundraising outfits here, and she served on our board for a couple of years, and they had the business a very long time. So how long has the business actually been here as Florida Bay Outfitters?
29 years. Well,
wow.
Frank started it 29 years ago. This location 27. So next year will be our 30-year celebration. Yeah, 30-year anniversary. And there's the rain.
And by the way, that background noise, don't mind that. That's rain on a metal roof. Welcome to the Keys.
That's it.
But when you come to a live show, you can test all you want. You can't predict rain. But we're inside, we're fine.
Yeah.
Now, as far as your background, were you flying at a Marathon airport and you were a commercial pilot? What size aircraft?
Yeah, those were mostly just the smaller ones. I was doing the scenic tours and Cessnas. Yep. Scenic tours with the Cessnas and flight instructions, which is how I met a lot of the locals here.
Sure.
And then from there I went to Fort Lauderdale flying corporate Learjets for, football players, movie stars, that kind of thing.
Oh, really?
And then from there I went to the airlines. I was at US Airways until 9/11, lost my job there, went back to Utah, was working for SkyWest Airlines out of Utah until just last May.
So you actually flew the big jets?
Yes.
You flew Learjets, big jets, small planes. So you were a full commercial pilot. Impressive.
Yes.
So where did the passion for kayaking come from? To want to own a kayaking, or what would you call it? This business, I wouldn't call it just kayaking. There's so much. I'm looking. By the way, we're going to show you a video of the shop here shortly. At Florida Bay Outfitters, and there's so much in this. It's probably what, 100-foot long shop or so?
It is. Yep. It's 3,300 square feet is what we have here in the shop.
That's pretty big.
Yep.
But how do you categorize yourself in Key Largo as a business?
Mostly as an outfitter. So we try and outfit you for anything. If you want to come in, if you're going to go for a week-long kayaking trip, or if you're just going to go for an hour, we want to have enough stuff in here to supply you for what you need. So a one-stop shop. That's the ultimate goal, is being able to have everything you need in one stop.
Excellent. And that's the key down here, is that I've worked with other different outfitters who had them on the show of what they do as far as their scuba diving, this and that. It's cool about you. And I thought you guys just rent stuff, but you actually do tours too.
We do. We have a 3-hour eco tour off of Penny Camp, or even off of Garden Cove, or off of the Bayside, depending on the weather and the rain. So
depending on the rain that you're hearing right now. We have metal roofs, and the reason for Keys because it sounds like you have hailstorms.
It does.
That's not the reason. The reason's for hurricanes, but right now it sounds like a hailstorm there.
It does.
Again, every show is a trend here. I have to speak up again. So, appreciate you guys being here. We're here with Todd Cook, the owner of Florida Bay Outfitters in Key Largo, mile marker 104 on the Bayside, right really in the Caribbean Club parking lot. And they are a full service outfitter. I'm looking at all sorts of kayaks, paddle boards. The level of retail in here is amazing. As we're talking, I'm going to show off the shop video. So I'm going to show you guys a video I took by Steadicam last week. There we go. We're still here, don't worry. I'll let them kind of roll through, then I'll show us back again. So right now, that was the sign on Route 1. And then as we go through the shop here, Todd, you see the feed. Did you just paint the building recently?
We did. It was yellow before. Yep. It's all brand new paint, new doors as well.
So it's the pink building between Caribbean Club and Big Chill. You literally can't miss it. And by the way, the cash register you're looking at now has now moved to where we're sitting in the middle of the shop, and this is a great move.
This has worked out much better for us.
Yeah.
A little more access, a lot more open, better lighting.
Yeah, so as we show off the shop here, right there and left is the repair shop, because you're a full-service Hobie dealer, right? Hobie
Yes,
Cat?
we are.
So what does Hobie sell? What are they most known for?
Mostly the kayaks. They originally, the catamarans, but now we have the kayaks as well as the Tandem Island, the Adventure Island, which is really fun, which is a tri-hull. So it has the kayak with the pontoons and a sail. Also has the pedal drive, so it's a lot of fun. You don't have to be an expert sailor either. You just 5-minute lesson and you're on your way.
Yeah, what's nice as you guys are watching the shop video is that the choices of equipment, I'm impressed about. Like, you have lobster trap art from locals on our left, which will be in the video in a second. You have the repairs, you have the little knickknacks, you have obviously the glasses are key kayaking. You have the Costas, you have the thing, you have everything here.
We have the Orca coolers as well. We just got those in. So
excellent. And speaking of which, we're going to do trivia. Todd has agreed to give a couple giveaways. We have some very kayak-related trivia questions coming up for you guys in a few minutes as you're enjoying this video. So stay tuned. We have 2 giveaways. One this first half, then I'll have a break at 5:30 in the second half. I'll show some more kayaking trails. We'll do a trivia question then, so stay tuned for that. What is your biggest selling item as we go through the dive shop? What's the most popular thing you sell here?
Mostly kayaks. Kayaks and paddle boards is the biggest thing. So we have many different types. The most popular, easiest one to use is the sit on top. We have the Perception sit on tops. They're the ones that we have in the rental fleet, as well as the Hobies when you want to get into the fancy pedal drive. So whether, I have a person in today that had a bad shoulder, so we put them on the pedal drive, they can pedal around with their feet. Either way, so you get either side, pedal drive for your legs or paddle for the shoulders. We have all of them. The fishing ones, we have the pro anglers that are fully equipped for fishing, including electric powered live wells that sit on the back of those. Yes.
So they have custom fishing kayaks with pedal powered live wells. I got to talk to you about that, because I got a story to tell you later about my adventure today, but I actually caught a legal keeper mangrove snapper right where you guys launch your kayaks.
Nice.
It's hard to find keepers in those mangroves.
Right,
you get a lot of small mangrove snapper, but we're talking about we need live bait. We need live bait to get the bigger ones.
Right.
So right now, I'm going to show you this picture we just showed you. It's a satellite map. I'm going to show you that next, because the kayaking trails in John Pennekamp are amazing. From Florida Bay Outfitters, you can rent and go right off in the base here. This is Blackwater Sound.
Yes.
Right by Caribbean Beach Club. Sorry, Caribbean Club. But the key is the tours. So on the tours, where do you guys take the kayakers?
We actually go over to Pennycamp. Yeah, we do Pennycamp or Garden Cove. It's 3 hours. We have professional guides that take you out. We can take you over in our vans. You can follow us over if you like, either one. But we launch right from Pennycamp, go through the mangroves. Lots of wildlife, manatees, dolphins. They have a lot of fun. I haven't had anybody come back disappointed yet. So they all have a good time.
And that's awesome. Right now we're showing off Todd's van and travel trailer, how you get them over to Pennycamp. I'm fortunate enough to live right adjacent to Pennycamp's park trails. I actually, on a good quiet day when my doors are open, can hear the canoers go by in the distance.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm out almost every Sunday morning in Pennycamp's trails, and it's amazing. Yeah. But there are trails I'm going to show Todd soon that are very hard to find.
That's our new selfie station right there. Hey, so if you're here, you are awesome, it says.
Nice. It's starting over again.
Stop and get a picture.
So now I'm showing off a satellite map, a very old one, but that's what's on Todd's wall when you go out the back door where he stalls over his kayaks. And this shows you the network of trails. My mouse over doesn't work, but basically John Pennycamp is straight up top, and then follow the trails to the right, and everything open is really open if you're on a guided tour. If you rent from Pennycamp, they're going to tell you can only go so far. Right. But on a guided tour, you can go a lot farther.
Yes.
Right? Yep. And I've been on pretty much every single trail you can see in this satellite map, thanks to COVID.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's a great social distancing activity. You can get out, like most of them say, the kayaks are 14 feet long, so it's pretty hard to get any closer than 6 feet to people. But you can get out there and play with the wildlife.
And my neighborhood is just left of Pennycamp. It's that first notch in the middle. And so I go right into Pennycamp's trails. And like I said, I can hear kayakers on a good day, so I'm very fortunate. When I bought my house, I had no idea about that. I know I overlooked Pennycamp's mango strip. I had no idea about the kayak.
What a perfect spot. You got lucky.
Honestly, my bad, 60 years here, I didn't really appreciate it until this year.
Right.
Because during March, April, May, we were going out every Sunday because nothing else was open.
Yeah.
So we're back live. I know you missed our faces. We're back. All right, who wants trivia? We love trivia. So Todd, I got a trivia question of mine. Todd and I talked. He said, leave it up to me. Very good question, just related to the picture I showed you. What's the first giveaway?
Let's give away a Florida Bay Outfitters hat.
Check that out. Woo-hoo. All right, I got some loyal followers. They're all on today. So Sherry, Janice, Jan.
Hello, everyone.
I know, Dawn, you're all competing. The first one to get this right, first one, there's only one answer. A very simple question. What year was John Pennycamp State Park founded? What year was John Pennycamp State Park founded? So that's the question. Put it in the chat. I'm watching right here. I'm on David W. Hartman. Bonnie's watching RadioA1A. I'm watching YouTube on the right. We got you covered, but we do multiple streams. We got you all covered. First person to get it, what year was John Pennycamp State Park covered? You get this beautiful hat, Florida Bay Outfitters. Love the logo, by the way. Excellent brand.
Thank you very much.
So we are here at Florida Bay Outfitters at mile marker 104 in Key Largo, Florida, doing another show on recreation in the Florida Keys. Recreation is what it's all about down here. And if you want to get out and really experience a quiet time in the Keys and stay more above water or go above and in the water, this is the way to do it. And he's a full service outfitter. Todd Cook just bought the operation. How long ago?
In July.
In July. In July. In a few minutes, I'll wait for an answer first. I'm going to show a photo gallery I took from your Facebook page of Todd's crew in action, their kayaks in action, some of their retail brands in action. And check that out. The last picture you're going to see is the famous paddle ceremony. They don't see that yet, but we're looking at it.
Yeah.
So I've actually never met Frank, but he looks like an outfitter.
Oh, Frank's a great guy. You know, he really knew what he was doing. He had a big dream and he was able to accomplish it.
Oh,
So.
we have two answers. Oh boy. The loyalists are out in droves. We have two of the loyalists, Janice and Sherry, but the first one to get it is Janice Spivak. Janice Spivak. Sherry, better luck next time. Stay tuned for the second half hour. We have another hat coming.
We can throw a t-shirt in there as well. We'll do a hat and a t-shirt combo on the next one. How's that sound?
You got to stay tuned for the whole hour, guys. T-shirt and hat combo. Next question. A lot more difficult in my mind, unless you're a true outfitter. A lot more difficult. I will tell you, it has something to do with something behind us. But Janice Spivak, you win again. I'll give your name to Todd here. Your hat's waiting for you here. She's coming down the Keys because she already won a gift certificate on my show for fish hats.
All right. Good.
Loyalty to my show definitely helps.
You. Yeah.
So as we're talking, you'll still hear us, but going to distract you from this noise you're hearing is actually a monster rainstorm outside. I'm glad I didn't plan an outdoor storm today, outdoor show today. I'm going to show you about 10 pictures of Todd's operation in action, their beautiful logo, excellent branding. And I'm going to keep talking to you guys in the background. What else can you do as a group here? I mean, obviously, I own a travel agency. I deal with groups a lot. Say you got a wedding party in town. You apply a Largo as a wedding party. What can they do with you?
Same thing, mostly the big kayak groups. We have a lot of kayaks in our rental fleet. Between new and used kayaks, we have about 250 kayaks and paddleboards combination here in the shop. So we can accommodate large groups that can go right off our beach here, or we can deliver them over to Pennycamp, or if you have a location here in the Keys that you're staying, resort, hotel, stuff like that, we deliver there as well. So we can deliver them to you, schedule them, get out on the water. The best way too, if you're not familiar with the area, is the guides, but a lot of the places we will send you is very friendly, user-friendly. You don't have to be an expert kayaker. You don't have to know what you're doing. It's not the old style kayaks that you can tip over really easy. Yeah. Although we do have those in the shop for the die-hard, true original kayakers. But it's very easy for the beginner all the way up to the expert. And we have charts we can send out with you and maps and give you good direction. We have expert guides here. Fishing charters as well. We work with all the local fishing charter companies and stuff. So we have their brochures here in the shop, so we can direct you to a lot of those areas. And it's a great spot to start to go do anything else. If you want to go out and go snorkeling or head over and go scuba diving later on, but we can get you started all right here. So.
That's awesome. So what's the biggest group you can handle coming in here?
Most of the time, well, like I said, we have the school groups that come in sometimes at 30, but with the whole COVID thing, that's changed. Everybody has their own little rules and regulations. We can take up to 6 per guide, and we have multiple guides, so we can combine those groups if they want. We just have to, any more than 6, we bring more guides in. So they can, so there's only 6 people per guide, but we can have that whole group together, like up to 3 or 4 groups.
Good. So you can handle different size groups. It's great. So great for group activities.
Yes.
And the key is, how big's your staff? How many tour guides do you have?
Between all of us right now, we have about 10 of us. So there's 8 that are full-time, and there's a few more 2 that are part-time guides. And we also have a lot of guides that are on call. Like if we need the bigger group, we can call them. They'll come in and help us out. So.
And how does it work with Penny Camp? Do you take them in there? Do they need to pay a park fee?
As long as they ride with us, they get in for free.
Hey!
So yeah, it's all scheduled. We can, and even if they're not doing the tour, if you just want to rent and go over to Penny Camp for 4 hours, you come in, rent the kayak, we'll load you up, we take you over to Penny Camp, we pick you up when you call us. You call us and say, hey, we want to come back. And
I thought when you rented, you just went out back here in Blackwater.
No, then they can take them anywhere they like. If you have a way to haul it yourself, you can put it, we call that a car top rental.
Great.
So they can pull in, they can, we can do the paperwork, sit on top of your car. You can take it for multiple days, weeks at a time. We have weekly rentals as well. So it's, we can accommodate just about any kind of scenario you might have. Local campgrounds will deliver right to your campsite. So,
I mean, things you learn when you sit down with a guest. I knew they had a big stable of beautiful kayaks. I thought you had to rent and keep them here, but you actually can rent and take it on your own.
Yes.
You don't have to hire a guide, although I will say, considering the network of trails I've been on the past few months, you better hire a guide if you're going to Penny Camp. And trust me, we were talking to a Penny Camp guy today because we were in Penny Camp Park kayaking this morning and fishing. And got a whole story about. I have a whole adventure from this morning, ironically, to share with you guys. If you checked out my live feed this morning on Facebook, watch it after the show. We had the most amazing trash recovery adventure. Wait till you see the pictures I'm going to show later. And the guy's like, people will hit the mangroves and just keep paddling forward. Like they have no guide, they don't know where to go.
Don't know which way's
turning. And even though Penny Camp is simple to me because I live there, I mean, you go, you got a buoy, then a channel, then another buoy. It's like, do I go left? Do I go right? And if you're not paying attention, it's very easy to get lost. So if you're the kind of person that's not comfortable finding your own way around, which is, Google Maps and a phone, it's okay, you can hire a guide. And how long are your guided tours?
They're 3 hours.
3 hours,
from start to finish.
And what's the cost for these activities we're talking about?
Typically it's $60 a person. That includes the kayak, the life jackets, the paddles, the guide. It includes the free water and a snack that we send you out with as well.
Oh, really?
So, and then the entrance into the Penny Camp. So if you ride with us, like I say, you get in for free. I think it's, what do they charge, $9.50 for a car load. If you follow us, you can park your own car over there or something like that.
I hate to say it, I haven't driven into Penny Camp except being a passenger, my friend Kurt and Jan. Mostly because my first year here, season pass, 16 years ago, $60. Next year, 90. Next year, 120. Right. I haven't driven and paid a fee in like 15 years.
Yep. Easiest way is hop in the van with us, get in for free.
Get in for free. Trust me. No, I mean, we understand they have to charge fees. I didn't care for the season pass, but yeah, it's actually, as a day guest not living here, it's very reasonable, especially as a 24-hour ticket. And if you're launching a boat, they have amazing launch ramps. Dude. Now, you guys actually launch at the far beach at the end, right?
We do, far south side.
Yeah. We kayak, actually, that's where I caught a fish today. I caught a mangrove snapper today, a keeper. Hey.
Yeah. Gets you out of the big boat traffic and everything else, so it's not pretty calm over there. There's a pavilion right there as well. If anybody wants to do picnics and stuff, you can set up right there. So.
Yeah. Well, we all know about picnics because our trash recovery involved dropping something off at the John Penny Camp picnic in the campground today. I didn't plan this. I just planned to go out kayaking like every Sunday morning. We got a whole adventure to talk about second half of the show. And we're going to show you some amazing footage I took from previous shows. Did a little bit of editing, very short, of Sandy Creek and John Penny Camp with Jellyfish Lake Jellyfish Creek, sorry, not Jellyfish Lake. And stay tuned for the second half of the show, but stay tuned for another trivia question. First, what are we on the blue hat now?
Yep.
We're on the blue hat, and we're going to do a T-shirt combo.
It would be something similar to this. We'll just whatever size they end up with that they need coming in. Real similar.
A T-shirt combo, like right here. It's going to be a tougher question related to something behind us. A lot of retail behind us. Again, Todd, can't thank him for being on board.
Oh,
we're going to go to
thank you.
sponsor break. Stay tuned for about 3 minutes, guys. As always, our sponsors, all of them are local, even Atlas Ocean Voyages based in Fort Lauderdale. Support our sponsor. Appreciate it very much. Appreciate Radio A1A and Cruising Country Radio, audio listeners. Check out the YouTube feed on Fantastic Endeavors now or tomorrow morning early. Check out YouTube on A1A Media Network and watch this beautiful multimedia show we're doing today. Appreciate everyone being here. Keep the comments coming. We love you guys. We will be right back in 3 minutes. Atlas Ocean Voyages offers smaller ships designed for luxe expeditions that extend the reach of adventure travel by sea, with their first ship launching in July 2021. Venture to small villages and remote locations, from the desert city of Petra to the frozen tundra of Antarctica. To experience Atlas Ocean Voyages, call David Hartman, 305-453-9208, Dave at bucketwishtrip.com.
You know, they may be called smartphones, but they are handled by regular folks like you and me. And we break things. Well, no more freaking out about breaking your smartphone because Key Smartphone Repair is here. Just click or call keysmartphonerepair.com. That's keysmartphonerepair.com. keysmartphonerepair.com. It's fast, professional smartphone and tablet repair located in Tavernier, mile marker 90, keysmartphonerepair.com. Click it now and save.
The Health Genie System Checker answers 3 important questions when you are feeling ill. What is wrong with me? How ill am I? And where can I receive care? System Checker puts the information and answers at your fingertips with the most advanced triage and healthcare technologies available. Engage on a personal level in your own words to describe your symptoms with no smart trees or drop-down menus that force self-diagnosis. Health Genie System Checker provides an avenue to early healthcare engagement. Hello, David Hartman with Fantastic Endeavors. Fantastic Endeavors is a full-service travel agency based in Key Largo, Florida, specializing in custom individual and group travel. Our luxury travel advisors inspire people to answer 2 questions. What is your bucket list trip? And where do you wish you were right now? Fantastic Endeavors will personally tailor your journey to your needs. We build extraordinary, enriching experiences curated just for you. Call us today at 305-453-9208 or email at dave@bucketwishtrip.com. Enjoy the journey. Hey, we're back live. Welcome back to the Enjoy the Journey Luxury Travel Show here on Radio A1A and Cruising Country Radio and Facebook Live and Fantastic Endeavors YouTube. Thank you all for listening and watching today. We appreciate you spending your Sunday a little bit of time with us here in Key Largo, Florida, in the beautiful Florida Keys at Florida Bay Outfitters with the owner, Todd Cook, mile marker 104 on the Bayside. I don't have to give the address. Just say, just pull in the Caribbean Club. Just make it before it closes at 5.
That's look for the big pink building.
By the way, Todd, we've been talking about your location. Tell us, how do people right now in our international audience, how do they find more about you right now? Talk about website, Facebook, phone number, Twitter.
You can find our website at paddlefloridakeys.com, and also our email is info@floridabayoutfitters.com, also paddlefloridakeys.com. You can find us on all of those. So most of the tours you can book online at that as well. That one's at the paddlefloridakeys.com. So right off the overseas highway, mile marker 104, right-hand side of the road, big pink building. You can see the sign out there now. We've got everything lit up in the new remodeled outside and inside. So.
Those of you just joining, make sure at the end you can rewind it right away on Facebook. It also will always be available on my Facebook feed, David W. Hartman. On YouTube, it's available at Fantastic Endeavors. And then tomorrow morning, for those of you A1A listeners, A1A Media Network will have that live early tomorrow morning there. The full, a little bit edited show, full multimedia show to watch that there. And as always, like it and share it and subscribe to our social media, what really drives our business. So Todd, I'm gonna run into a little video right now as we talk. You can still hear us, but we're gonna get right into that second trivia question because people have been waiting.
All right.
So for the next to review, for those of you stuck on board, hey, by the way, Mark Post, thanks for joining, a high school friend. Good to see you on, buddy. Got a lot of our diehards still on. Donk, thanks for being here. Appreciate you guys joining today and hanging out some time with us on a Sunday afternoon. So for trivia, we gave away which one? This one?
That one already gave away. We
All
got
right,
blue
the red
in there,
one.
and
Janice,
this one will
it's
be
waiting for you.
with a T-shirt similar to the one I have on.
Beautiful. Look at that logo. And you said Facebook too, right? Florida Bay Outfitters
Yes,
on Facebook.
Florida Bay Outfitters on Facebook. You can follow our Facebook page.
They've only been here 30 years. Pink building between Big Chill and Caribbean Club.
Yeah.
This and a T-shirt. We have a question in mind related to something behind us. As we go into the question, I'm going to start a video. It's fairly long, but we'll still be talking. It's my Steadicam footage on a kayak of Sandy Creek, Jellyfish Creek, and then a little bit of John Pennecamp's main trails in the cove by my house. Really cool footage that you just can't get with a regular phone. Check this out as we're going to talk about the trivia. And I'm going to have you guys watch this, and I'll bring us back picture in picture in a second. And let me get the satellite feed going there. All right. So right now what you guys are looking at is Sandy Creek going west. So from the east side where the boat channel is going west. So this would be where the boats come in, not the way you see. I'm going towards the entrance that Pennecamp Park sees where the sign is. And this is the early part. It's going to start out pretty wide, then it's going to get a little more narrower, and then it's a decent tide, so we're not totally sheltered in, but lots of canopies. It's absolutely beautiful. And this is a marked trail that even Pennecamp says on your own you can go to.
Yeah, this is my favorite kind of kayaking right here.
I have a lot more. Yeah, I have a lot more to show you around here.
Right.
Crazy trail.
I look forward to it. Yeah, this is the best way to get through, nice and quiet, no boats.
Yeah.
This is wonderful.
Stay tuned, guys. We have another trivia question coming. We're still here. We're just showing you off Sandy Creek. If you watch my October 4th show, this is some of the footage from there, but it's not the whole thing. We have different bits from a live feed from a month ago, some other footage I never showed before. We'll show this, then we'll show Jellyfish Creek, which is literally on the cove right next to my house, and then part of the Pennecamp trails. You could almost see my house if it was close enough. Jen Kurtz, hey Jen, thanks for being here.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna bring us back real quick. There we go. Now you can see us. Hey, we're still here. So we're a little in picture here. Let you enjoy the footage. And then the satellite to the left is basically the trails that it's in. It's hard to see in the small, but there's a tiny little trail off the boating trail there that is Sandy Creek. All right, the next question. The next question for a Florida Bay Outfitters hat and T-shirt package related to this beautiful old school canoe. It's a canoe, right?
It is.
Behind us. What kind of canoe is it, Todd?
Old Town is the name of this brand. They originally started as a bunch of carpenters building the wood canoes.
Oh, hey,
sorry.
He's still, even though he's closed, the phone's ringing off the hook. The show works.
That's it.
Old Town Canoe. Stay tuned, you loyal followers. Old Town Canoe. I want to know. It's a how famous a brand is Old Town? I mean, what's cool is, by the way, I gotta say a little side tangent. You have the nicest outhouse ever.
Thank you. A lot of different pieces of wood went into that. Some of the old decking that was here is built, put together a bunch of different types of materials. So It was kind of a fun
beautiful
project.
But in there is like an Old Town little emblem, and to give you a hint, like one of them said like 1920 or something like that. Well, wow, I didn't realize they're really old school canoes.
They are.
I mean, this thing back here, you gotta come and just knock into it. It is hardy built, but this is Old Town right here. I know we're small picture in picture, but on the live feed you can see it. So we want to know, for a Florida Keys, Florida Bay Outfitters hat and t-shirt package, what year was Old Town, was their first canoe? What year they founded as a company and did their first canoe? What year was Old Town Canoes? Not Old Town, Virginia. Old Town Canoes. What year were they founded? I'm watching my chat, David Hartman. Bonnie, our producer's watching. I'm also watching YouTube, my beautiful streaming software. And then Bonnie's watching RadioA1A Media Network. So please let us, what year? A little tougher question. I'm doing it now because it may take a little more time. We got 20 minutes left in the show.
Is there any history to that Old Town?
Oh yeah, so what is the history of this Old Town?
This one is actually owned by Frank. This is Frank's.
Hey.
It is for sale in here, but he's had it hanging up in here for a long time. It was hanging on the wall over there for the whole time he was here. The dust on top of that one, we took it down. But inside is absolutely beautiful, totally handcrafted wood. We had to display it. We had to put it up and let people see. It might give them a little bit of a hint. It's at least older. When they started is at least older than this canoe, which this one is dated at 1969.
69, okay.
Yep. So.
But that's not the trivia question. That's not the answer.
That's the.
I'll give you a hint. It's much earlier than that.
Right.
By the way, if those of you just joining, we're up on the right-hand side of the screen. That's Todd and David, showing you a satellite picture. It's actually a picture from Frank's shop here on the wall of a really good satellite view of John Pennekamp Parks. A little more trails are more filled in now. That picture's probably from the 60s. And then the kayaking trail I'm on is Sandy Creek. It's getting tighter. We're more in the canopies. One of my favorite trails here. I love going down it. I fish back there. I hang out back there. It's just a beautiful time. And we're here at Florida Bay Outfitters. Sorry.
Yeah.
Florida Bay Outfitters. Yeah. Mile marker 104 on the Bayside next to Caribbean Club in Big Chill in the middle of Key Largo, Florida. Beautiful Florida Keys. Literally, once they cross the bridge, how far is your shop on the right?
It's, what is it, about 10 minutes at the most?
About 10
to
minutes.
the right side, yeah.
Yeah. And if you guys want a better look at the Old Town Canoe, come to the shop. Come check out the shop.
Absolutely.
Come down here. And also, we're going to show the full feed in a second, but definitely rewind this feed at the end. The first half of the show, we're pretty much showing off the canoe. I have an answer. Oh my God. Craig Lloyd. Craig.
Sherry first.
Sherry. Oh boy. Ooh, I think Ty goes to the runner here on this one. I first saw Craig, so I don't know about this one. We're gonna have to go to the videotape on this one. Sherry Byers Langston, and actually cousin of a good friend of mine, Michael Byers, who owns Florida Cove Byers Cove Water Sports in the Marriott, and she's been on every show since I did a show with them a while back. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, Craig. Both nailed it. The right answer. By the way, right answer for John Pennekamp. I didn't say it was 1963. That was the first trivia question. Congratulations, Janice Spivak. The hat is waiting for you here at the shop with Todd. Second question was, what year was Old Town? The beautiful canoe behind us, 1969. They've been making them since 1898. And by the way, in the video, we just crossed the entrance to Sandy Creek you see from John Pennekamp State Park. Want to say that as we're going by that. But we have two answers, and I'm going to say... Sherry, I gotta go with Craig on this one. I saw him first.
Tell you what, let's give Sherry a hat as well.
Hey, Sherry, you still got a hat waiting for you. She comes down to visit her cousin Michael.
Right. Let's give them both one if you're okay with that.
Yeah, you both win. So Todd has your gifts waiting for you. I mean, literally, I looked down. I was like, amazing, you guys. But they don't know each other. Maybe. Craig Lloyd, a good friend of mine from Indian Valley Scuba, and Bonnie knows him real well too. Old friend. Thank you, Craig, for being on today. And Sherry Byers Langston, she is on fire. I mean, she is just watching with her hand on the keyboard every trivia question. And you guys both win. Todd, I'll send Todd your names, and he has your gifts at the shop here. Thank you for participating in Trivia today. And the right answer, again, was the Old Town Canoes. Beautiful canoe behind us was built in 1969. They were a mature company by then. 1898 was the year they founded. That is It
is.
Are they still around today making canoes?
I'm not sure about that. Old Town does sell, but it's the different owners now. I do believe.
Part of Eddie Bauer or
I'll
something,
have
or-
to look into that stuff.
Yeah.
That one on the wall over there is in 1949 as well. The wood one up there. Yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't notice that
Yeah.
one.
Oh wow.
That if you if,
Yeah.
in the beginning of the feed on the dive shop video, when we're walking back past the cash register, there is a old canoe in the wall. That's 1940.
49.
49. Wow.
Mhm.
We're currently showing you feed. Now we're in the middle of John Pennekamp Park's trails. That's Todd and I up on the upper right, and then a satellite map in the upper left of the trails that you go through. If you rent from Pennekamp, you just can't go through all those trails. But if you rent with the guided tour, you can definitely hit most of those trails. And I'm going to show Todd even more trails in 2 weeks on a Sunday,
I
hopefully.
look forward to it.
And he may put them part of the tour. I'm going to give you some of my secret stock.
All right.
Okay, now in the video that you're going to see right now, I'm in Jellyfish Creek. We saw a home inflatable kayak someone owns, not a rental. And now this real shallow is Jellyfish Creek. It's a dead end really on the cove where John Pennekamp Park staff tells you to turn around. It's a little dead end, but in there is just rich, quiet, and it's full of jellyfish all over the bottom. And it's just a really nice little add-on to any tour. Craig says thank you. Sherry Blydenson says thank you. Appreciate you guys participating in trivia today. Loved having you on. We got 15 more minutes in the show. We're going to talk some more about his business, about what he offers for events, what he has upcoming, and appreciate being on the Enjoy the Journey luxury travel show here from Key Largo, Florida, beautiful Florida Keys, Florida Bay Outfitters, mile marker 104 on the Bayside, right next to Caribbean Club and Big Chill. Big pick building, but small compared to them. One-story pick building. Can't miss the Hobie Cats out front. Can't miss the big logo on the shop. It's a beautiful place in the Keys, and a long-term business was Todd's taken over. And right away, I believe you've done some major improvements to it.
We did quite a bit. Yeah, there was most of this wasn't in here when we first took over. So the new lighting, the new flooring, we even have a new outdoor showroom that we got that put in last week. So we're still got a lot to do, but we're coming a long ways. So Frank gave us a good start. A lot of thanks to Frank and Monica. They really set us up well.
Well, Frank was it 29 years?
Yes,
Frank and Monica?
Yep, 29 years. So that is one of the events we're going to do. Next year, most of the year, we'll be doing a 30th anniversary. Frank and Monica will be here. We do have Hobie Cat. The cat is around, the little mascot. We're babysitting right now. They're out traveling on their RV, enjoying their retirement life. So, but all next year will be the 30th anniversary for Florida Bay Outfitters. Yeah.
And when I met you recently, you just had an event here. They actually were part of the Key Largo Original Music Festival. They had music here on Saturday afternoon last weekend.
Musicians, we flew in from Nashville. Yeah, it was a great time. I had a good barbecue and some drinks. It was a good turnout. Yeah.
By the way, on the video now, I'm exiting Jellyfish Creek. You're going to see this cove, which is kind of the start of Pennekamp Park. And on the cove on the far right is actually the peak of my house. I can't point it out in the video, but it's there. Trust me, you can see it from this angle as we pan right. Unfortunately, the big yellow house in front of you is not mine. Love to have that house because it has in-law quarters.
Wow, okay.
Fully separated. Well, when I first moved here, you moved to the Keys, I had friends nonstop for 40 days. I need a bigger house.
Yeah, well, I can relate. We have the same thing going on now.
It's great. Appreciate you coming down the Keys. Keys are open for business. Florida Bay Outfitters is open for business. Florida right now, it's a free-for-all. We have no regulations. We're open. And obviously you wear a mask. Mask is required in the shop. But when you're out and about, it is at your own. So this big yellow house is at the end of my street, Valencia. And I am about 4 blocks up from that. So I am that close. I literally go by that yellow house every time I kayak, which you guys probably see too during your tours. Right? I know in Pennekamp they say, when you see that yellow house, turn around. we saw someone with their own kayak back in our trail. Like, do you know where you guys are going? It's all dead ends back there.
Such a beautiful area.
It is, and I'm very fortunate to live where I live. I chose the house really out of size and location and being close to dive spots, and I really learned much quicker as I bought it that it's a gorgeous place for kayaking. It's just absolutely unbelievable. So we are here at Florida Bay Outfitters. Going to ask them for questions from the audience. I saw a few questions in here about some of the kayaks. Mark Bose, what's up, man? Bonnie, so Bonnie just bought some things here. So you have just accessories too. If you have your own gear, like you have paddles, life preservers. I believe Bonnie just bought some Velcro covers for paddles.
Yes.
So
yeah, we have the covers, the gloves, paddles, flip-flops, hats. So that's the big thing. Sunscreen. We do have a whole line of the Trust the Bums, Sun Bum sunscreen line. If anybody's familiar with that stuff, we have all that in here as well as many others. So everything we think you'll need when you show up. And if you didn't bring anything with you and you want to get out there and not get sunburned, we have everything in the shop to take care of you. We want everybody to come back happy and not spend the next 3 days in bed with a sunburn.
So a question for John in the chat, my friend John Kurtz. What's up, John? John asked, so he's a newbie. What would you recommend? What kind of kayak would you put on? Or say he wanted to get into it seriously. And how about kayak versus paddleboard?
Kayak versus paddle. The kayak's obviously going to be a lot more versatile for a sit down, carry your cooler with you. But I also do have paddle boards that will do that as well. So I have everything from beginner to advanced. A lot of good ones to work into. The Perception kayaks are really well. I have a Pescador 10 that's lightweight, easy, no moving parts other than you and paddling it. And then you can get into like the Revolutions or the Hobie Passport, which is the foot pedal drive, a little more complicated, very high end. Hobie has some of the best warranties in the business. It's just a lot of fun. You can get on pedal those as well as paddle them, but they all have areas for coolers and stuff. Those are good entry level ones, and then you can try those out. It doesn't take much to resell those.
Sure.
I have people ask all the time if I have used ones, which, by the way, we usually do an annual used
you still do that
sale.
Yeah,
this
great.
year was a little different. We postponed it because I couldn't get new stuff, but we just got a big shipment of Hobie stuff in 3 days ago, which I was extremely happy about. Expecting some more real soon, and so we're planning on a used fleet sale just right after Thanksgiving. So we do have all the Hobies, we have the Perceptions, we have a lot of that stuff as well as the paddle boards. But I have some paddle boards is all the way from the beginner ones, like the Bic boards that you see on the wall, the blue ones. Those are great for everybody. We put those in the rental fleet. Anybody can get on them that's never been on them. Very stable. All the way up to the Live Well ones, which is a catamaran that holds up to 700 pounds. Very easy to maneuver.
700 pounds.
It will carry 700, and it only weighs 57.
Wow.
So, yeah, I saw a person out here on one. He had his cooler, his dog, and his chair, and everything else, and they glide across the water really easily.
That's awesome.
Any level, any skill level, whatever, and the price range, budget range as well. We pretty much they start anywhere from 600 on up. So we have a lot of different options for anybody looking for different kayaks.
You have to come by and visit Todd and his staff here, mile marker 104 in the beautiful Florida Keys in Key Largo, and they have everything for everybody. It really is a true outfitter shop in the Keys. Frank gave Todd a big head start, and he is not resting on his laurels.
No.
They painted the place. They've upped the staff. They have the place. I walked in, and everything's changed since a week ago when I was in here. Granted, you had a band in here.
Even the part-time employees that come in every time wondering what's new, what's the new thing.
Todd, I meant to ask, where's the band you promised? We want live music today.
That's it. Exactly. Yeah, they were all up front for the music festival. We had to move everything around for a stage. We had the stage there. It worked out really well. Yeah. A lot of fun.
By the way, the video is just finishing up on the start of Sandy Creek. It's going to come up any minute now. So it's going to go full circle. Then I'm going to switch back to me. Then I got a little story to tell. Actually, right now, I think, are these some of your kayaks you see in the feed coming up, or are those?
Good, possibly. It's a little hard to tell right there.
Yeah, you'll see when you get closer.
Yeah, we have multiple colors, all different ranges. Like I say, all the ones we carry in the shop, I do have in the rental fleet as well. So you can do the really nice Hobies if you like, or if you want just a basic sit on top. And right down to the old school sea kayaks where you sit inside. I still have all those.
Old school kayaks.
We do.
Well, I love if you don't like working too hard, the pedal kayaks are nice.
It is.
And something that tracks is nice. I was on a kayak once in Jackson Hole, my sister lived, and I think it was old pedal that was broken. All it did was do like circles.
Right.
And my sister, what's wrong? Don't you know what you're doing? Then my brother-in-law got on board, and he couldn't keep his stress. I told you. Yeah. And it turns out you have to have one that tracks a certain way. So talk to the experts. I know kayaking a little bit, but Todd is the man. He has inherited a shop from Frank and Monica and has really expanded it. And he's done a wonderful job here at Florida Bay Outfitters, mile marker 104 in Key Largo, on the Bayside, adjacent to Caribbean Club, the Pink Building, right next to Caribbean Club, and to Big Chill, of course. Okay, we just passed Sandy Creek. That's the end of the video. I'm going to flip back, and I got to tell you a story about today that I just added these pictures to the feed. So Sandy Creek is just a trail in Pennicamp. It's a tighter trail, a little more open now. Some of the staff has been in there cleaning up a little bit. The high tide is a little tough, but man, the right tide, that is just a sweet little trail. So some of the trails are just wide open, as you saw, but some of them actually get the, hammock action, which is absolutely gorgeous. So let me get these pictures queued up. So thank you all, Radio A1A, Cruising Country Radio. I know Radio A1A is busy up in Ocala today with the Follow the Flock events. We'll be with them Wednesday, by the way, at Dr. Lou's at mile marker 100 in Tower Pizza Plaza. Come by. It's an open event. Check that out from 1 to 7 o'clock. I'll be there in the afternoon. And I want to get these queued up because this was just amazing today. So Bonnie and I go out kayaking when we can, my producer Bonnie, and we're into cleanup, environmentally safe, and we decided we'd pick up whatever we can. And right 20 yards from the main entrance to John Pennekamp Marina, where boats go by, we ran into a little piece of wood.
A little.
Just floating there. Just floating there. So we're like, I said, we're not going to let this sit here. Right. She goes, throw it in the mangroves. I'm like, you throw it.
No, I said put it there.
Yeah, you can't put that anywhere. So this, what you're looking at right now is a 16 foot long. Let me try to get another one going. There we go, another one. Get another picture in a minute. Hey, Jason Brandt, thanks for being here. 16 foot long. I would call that a 2x6, but it's so old school.
Yeah,
they're a lot thinner, and
yeah.
So I would call it a 2x8.
Right.
And it's as heavy as it looked, waterlogged, but I wanted to bring it to my house,
Right.
But my house would be a long trek from there. So we actually did the old, as I'm showing you the next picture, we decided to go Hawaii 5-0 style. Dun, 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 dun. And we kayaked up the marina like that. Thankfully, no boats were coming, but it was plenty wide there.
Right.
And we dropped it off where the campground movie theater is.
Oh, okay.
And we went to the beach there, and while I'm up there, Bonnie threw a bait in the water and caught a houndfish.
Nice.
So this was not the adventure
It's
we
a
anticipated
big-
this morning. I got a few more pictures to show. That was the other one. Let's see. Where is that one? One more to show. I think that was the first one, but we'll try that one again.
Talk about having to paddle. with paddle.
Yeah, exactly. You need a
Oh,
sail
yeah, so-
on that. You need
so-
one of the sails to put on that thing.
Johanna, welcome. So here I had a paddle. I'm doing one stroke in front of the board, one stroke behind. Bonnie has shorter legs, so she just has it in front
Yeah,
of her.
they're cute.
So okay, I want leg room. Well, I got it out here, and I felt so uncomfortable. So this is what we do in the Keys, folks. This is called Project Aware in the Keys. Project Aware is actually a scuba dive term from PADI, where you clean up the environment. But we are very environmentally friendly here in the Keys. Todd
Absolutely.
Cook and his company are very
Yeah.
environmentally friendly. We do
Very
group
much.
cleanups down here, and I challenge all you to beat my R grab today.
That's going to be a tricky one. Yeah.
I'm not lying. This was this morning. Check out my Facebook Live at 9:30 a.m. I did not plan this, and we had a great morning, and it was just another special Sunday. Let me get back up here and clue up. I got one more photo to show before I close out. Let's see here for an event that's coming up. There it is. Okay, good. All right, guys, we're winding down the show. That was fun. I told you to be impressed.
Yes, it is.
16 foot long. You call it a 2x6, but I mean, it's a 1950s
Oh,
2x6.
man. I know many boat owners are
Which
going to be
other one-
very happy you pulled that out of the water.
Oh my God! This
you
was
wouldn't even be able to
20
see that. thing.
Here to your old canoe. Here, I mean, literally. But now
Somebody
the
did that.
the
Yeah,
tide
I
was
know.
going the other way, but it wasn't
Couldn't
very
be
strong
done.
tide.
Yeah, that's crazy.
We have been with for the past hour with Todd Cook, owner, Florida Bay Outfitters, here in the beautiful Florida Keys, Key Largo, Florida, mile marker 104, 104.50 on the bay side. The pink building full of kayaks on the outside, adjacent to Caribbean Club, and Big Chill.
Big chill.
Can't miss it. But obviously, to park here, you want to pull in the Caribbean Club.
Yes.
That's the easiest way to
yeah,
get here.
It's a shared parking.
There is
lot,
parking
so.
for you on a busy day. That's a good question, because I had to come here and see you guys last week. On a busy day, they have an event going on. How do you get to your shop? Just park anywhere? Or?
You can park on the south side of the parking lot. It's north
Okay.
side of our building, right where the front
Okay.
door is. That's usually designated strictly for kayaks. We also have a couple overflow spots over by the Caribbean Club. We work real closely with them. They're great. So it's if we're full, people can park on the other side, or if they're full, they can park on our side. It's not too crazy, but we'll find you a spot.
And how do people right now in our international audience, A1A, Cruising Country Radio, and my Facebook followers around the world, and YouTube at Fantastic Endeavors, like and subscribe, how do they find out about you right now?
PaddleFloridaKeys.com. Also on Facebook, it's Florida Bay Outfitters, and info at Florida Bay Outfitters for the email.
Excellent. Excellent. Todd, great having you on today. I'm going to close out the show with a few announcements. As always, thank you guys for listening. Thanks for the comments. Those of you on the recording, I follow the comments all evening long and all day tomorrow. We do a replay tomorrow at 2 o'clock on my Facebook, on my fantastic YouTube. A1A Media Network has the upload tomorrow morning. And also Radio A1A, Cruising Country Radio, the audio feed goes replayed again. A little bit edited show. We'll hopefully take out that rain noise in the first half, the hailstorm. So check that out. As always, like and share those feeds and comment. And the trivia questions were won. Congratulations to Janice Spivak. Appreciate your loyalty. Your prize is waiting for you. And then for the real loyalty hanging on the host show, Craig Lloyd and Sherry Byers-Langston, you're on fire. Thanks for winning again. All right, guys, listen. Coming up this week, a special broadcast, not my full show, but a check-in broadcast. Radio A1A, which I'm a big part of, where the show came from, is doing their Follow the Flock, which is usually a bunch of concerts and events leading up to Key West for the Meeting of the Minds for Jimmy Buffett fans. We're part of the Jimmy Buffett here club, the Pirates in the Water. This year it's different. Meeting of the Minds doesn't happen for obvious reasons. No events are happening, but they're doing smaller events. And Harry right now is in Ocala live today on Radio A1A. Check that out. Wednesday, I'll be live probably around 4 o'clock for about a half hour or so, checking in, saying hello. And I haven't seen Harry in person in a long time because of COVID. Look forward to that. So check that out. Next week, you got to tune in. Halloween from Fort Wilderness. Wait till you see that these people who rent the campsite for a month or two decorate their campsites. It'll blow you away. I'm going to decorate our site. We rented a camper for a few days. It's going to be not Halloween night. I'll do some live look-ins on my Facebook feed. The show will be Sunday as always, but it's still Halloween in Walt Disney World. That's where we're going to be. Fort Wilderness is a Disney World original. It opened with Walt Disney World. Check it out next week, Sunday at 5 o'clock. We appreciate you guys watching. Appreciate you being here. And I want to show actually the slide real quick for next week for the announcement. That's our Follow the Flock event. Check that out Wednesday, 11 to 5. 11 to 5. I hear there's beer going on. It's not a pay-for event. There's beer there if you show up. We can't charge money because it's not a bar, but there is beer there. And check out the line of artists. Obviously, A1A is Tropical Americana, Trop 40. That's their big thing, a little bit of country. Davin Lee Carpenter. I planned his cruise last year. It got canceled, but planned his cruise. He's going to be there. So check that out on Wednesday. Appreciate you guys being here. As always, support our social media. And you guys have a fantastic Sunday afternoon. And we'll see you Wednesday from Dr. Lou Studios and Tower Pizza Plaza in Key Largo. Everyone have a fantastic Sunday.
Come on, what are you waiting for? They're serving rum up, it's right next door. There's a party on the sandbar in the Keys. It's been a